5 years ago, Big Nik stood out as one of YouTube's most adored and influential figures. His videos showcasing his fascinating galaxy eye captivated millions of viewers. He had ascended to the pinnacle of his career, basking in a promising and radiant future. However, in the last few months, he's earned the title of the most toxic man on YouTube. So, what happened to Big Nik? In this video, we're gonna explore the timeline of Big Nik's rise to fame and discuss the events that may have led to his fall. Nik Kiswani, popularly known as Big Nik, was born on September 11, 1998. The American social media sensation grew up in a Christian home in Boca Raton, Florida. Growing up, he faced many challenges due to his physical condition. When describing his childhood, you can only get a vivid picture of someone about to give up on his dreams. Big Nik started his journey to internet fame while confined to a wheelchair following a painful series of leg surgeries. He started recording videos on Vine to pass the time, and in very little time, he was able to grow a massive audience with some of his videos going viral. His irresistible personality and uproarious videos captivated millions of people, leading to an unexpected surge in fame. This newfound recognition illuminated Nik's path, making it clear that he had the potential to thrive as a successful content creator. With this realization, he remained committed to crafting entertaining videos, forging ahead on his journey. To reduce the impact these surgeries would have on his education, his parents enrolled him at Laurel Springs Academy, an online school. With an unwavering commitment to spreading laughter and positivity, he persistently shared his amusing videos, earning him the moniker Big Nik on Vine. Through his distinctive sense of humor, charismatic persona, and unyielding optimism, he captivated audiences far and wide. Harnessing the power of social media, he embarked on a mission to inspire millions. After gaining a huge following on the platform, he started to collaborate with other top creators on Vine like Jake Paul and Brent Rivera, and was able to gain nearly 3 million followers. However, he decided to take a step further by switching to YouTube with some of the biggest names in social media. So he started uploading his videos on YouTube in 2016. At that time, he only made vlogs and advertised his music videos, and his audience loved them because they were awkward and very relatable. Over time, he started to make waves on the platform, and several well-known publications, such as the LA Times, Vogue, and People magazine began to talk about him. However, his life would take a different path after he made the critical decision to join the Vlog Squad. After Vine was discontinued in 2017, he, along with his friend David Dobrik, seamlessly transitioned to YouTube. It was during this time that he made the choice to join a prominent group of popular personalities known as the Vlog Squad. At that time, Dobrik had fewer followers than him, but the table would turn against him after joining Dobrik's group. As soon as he got in, he was ridiculed by the team, and practically the entire Vlog Squad started using his nature as a joke. He was frequently the target of different pranks and insults throughout his time as a content creator, which prompted some to call it bullying. Given that he permitted it, Big Nik soon realized that it might have been partially his fault, but it had already gotten out of control.
Dude, I just don't understand why you've stayed this size. I grew up, I'm 20, you're 18, how are we not the same size? I don't.
He claimed that the relationship changed when Dobrik moved to YouTube and started growing his massive fan base through daily vlogging. Dobrik started using him and his physical looks as punchlines, which caused him to struggle with depression and experience suicidal thoughts. He even claimed that the group's actions were inhumane and detrimental to his mental health, and that he asked Dobrik to stop making fun of his height and dwarfism, and just for a short while, Dobrik stopped talking about him in his videos. On Ethan Klein's Frenemies podcast, Big Nik revealed that the vlogger community was kind of like a cult, and that he always went home drained after filming. He also claimed that the group wasn't always the harmless friend group that it seemed to be on screen.
It is kind of like a cult, yeah. It's like a high school vibe, very cultish vibe, and you can kind of feel it. Even when I would film with people afterwards, I would come home so drained, just mentally.
Dobrik's fans would approach him and make jokes about his height in response to Dobrik's vlogs. Big Nik even claimed that his interactions with Dobrik's friends were his first ever encounters with a high school kind of bullying, which he never experienced in high school.
The guy that I never got bullied in school, but this was the first time I ever felt some sort of like bullying high school scenario. And I was like, dude, and these people aren't even in high school anymore. They're in their 20s, 30s. Like, what? I thought we matured past that, you know?
Ultimately, Big Nik made the personal decision to part ways with the group. However, this departure raised questions among David Dobrik's extensive fanbase, who wondered why the prominent influencer let go of Big Nik from the content production team in 2018. The reality, though, was far from straightforward. During an appearance on the H3H3 After Dark podcast, Big Nik disclosed that Dobrik often mocked his height and belittled him in the presence of the team.
You're like trashing me over something I can't control. And as a kid, I used to struggle a lot, like, you know, complain to my mom, like, why is this, like, why am I going through this stuff? Like, why am I short, blah, blah, blah. And so he kind of like, with that content, like opened up that closed wound per se. And like, I just didn't like it.
Following his exit, other accusations of inappropriate behavior, harassment, bullying, and racism were made against Dobrik and his team. In response, Dobrik withdrew a number of Big Nik dark humor videos from his channel, but it was too late as the vlog was already experiencing a serious decline in followers and views. With Big Nik out of his abusive relationship with Vlog Squad, you'd expect that he'd go back to his old ways, making videos that people loved. However, he had other plans. Following his departure from the Vlog Squad, Big Nik dedicated his channel exclusively to promoting his rap career. Such a significant shift in content style often brings about negative consequences, but it appears that Big Nik was prepared for it. While some of his loyal fans continued to support his new direction, unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse. From March to April 2023, Big Nik YouTube total subscribers dropped significantly, and his average viewership per video hit rock bottom. Taking a look at his latest videos, it's not hard to figure out why fans are unsubscribing from his channel. From promoting extremist Christian ideologies and his staunch anti-LGBTQ views, it's no surprise that his followers are no longer interested in his videos, while some have outrightly become his haters. While content creators like Sneeko were able to skyrocket their popularity with extremist views, it was the opposite for Big Nik. The YouTuber came under fire for publishing false materials about the vaccine on TikTok in 2021, which has now been deleted by the platform as it violated the terms of service. During that period, his TikTok account boasted a staggering 1.7 million followers, to whom he propagated his ideologies regarding religion and expressed his disdain for Lil Nas's Montero music video and leftist propaganda. He also claimed that COVID-19 was being used by the devil to segregate the church in a video he posted recently, adding that God gave humans immune systems for a reason. In March 2023, Big Nik shot himself in the foot when he tweeted that women who wore stretchy or tight-fitting athletic clothes to the gym were disgusting. So disgusting when I see women dressed like prostitutes in the gym. You don't have to wear spandex and yoga pants. There's plenty of other clothing. When the quote tweets start to far outnumber the likes, it wasn't just women who were criticizing this tweet. The situation got worse to the point that Mr. Not So Tough Guy deleted comments on the initial tweet, leaving one of the postings referring to his diss track. We might never know if he was able to persuade himself that the few YouTube channel clicks were worth the whole banquet of a roast he received. However, one thing is clear. His attempt to gain popularity by being controversial has failed. And unless he has another trick up his sleeves, his career as a content creator might never recover. Although Big Nik might have suffered an unrecoverable fall, what happened to Dido is way more intriguing, and you can check it out right now.